This entire week, we have been taking you around Northwest Ohio and Southeastern Michigan, giving you all the high school football previews you could ever want. Today, our Sunday Spotlight, we highlight one of the newest head coaches in charge. It's St. John's first-year head coach, Larry McDaniel.
What has this been like for you? You're a couple of weeks in here now. What has this been like for you, the transition from UT? I mean, you're not that far away from UT, but what's the transition been like?
You know what? It's been good. At its core, football is football. You know, kids want to be successful. They want to be coached at every level. And that's what our guys are doing. They're really embracing the coaching. They're really embracing learning the new systems, and they want to do well. So anytime you have kids that want to do well and they embrace the system, it's for a good fit. And that's what it's been like the last 2 weeks.
Addressing Dallas specifically, I mean, obviously around here, and you know as a Toledo coach, when you hear Ohio State and a kid, it gets a lot of praise. Just maybe your thoughts of being with the young man here for a little more intimate.
You know what? He's a great kid. First and foremost, he's a great person. And that's the one thing that I have to take my hat off to the school and his parents, because they raised an outstanding young man. Now, from a football standpoint, obviously, if you got a chance to see that last rep, he's everything that a Big Ten football player is supposed to be. He's big, he's physical, he can run fast, he's intelligent. So I think just from that standpoint, Ohio State's getting an excellent young man, but also getting an excellent football player.
Just one other player, obviously, we want to talk about Austin. The Bayer name here in St. John's is, legendary. Another good kid, another Big Ten kid. Talk a little bit about him.
Same way, once again, go back to he's a great kid with great parents. I got a chance to talk with his dad right after our retreat. He's from a football family. So it's one of those things that has been with him since he was born. And you can do one or two things. You can embrace that or you can rebel against it. He's embraced it, and he has really done a nice job with summer workouts, and he's doing a nice job out here. The biggest thing that we have to get from Austin is we want him to become more of a vocal leader, just because people look up to him. So when he says stuff, he doesn't have to say a lot, but he has to say a few things, and people will lean on those words when he says it.
Final question, you got an NFL guy in camp in Brandon and an alum. How special is that for you?
Well, you know what? That's what this school's all about. I don't know how many times on the street, wherever I am, gas station, YMCA, people see the SJJ insignia and they say, I went to school there, and they have nothing but great things to say about it. So one of the things that we wanted to do when we compiled our staff is we wanted to get Johnny's back in this program. We're so fortunate to have Coach Fields back. We're so fortunate to have Coach Bombry's back, Coach Jarrett. They're all alums. So once again, when you have those guys coming back, there's a vested interest for us to do well, and I can't say enough about those guys being here on the staff.
And just an NFL guy caliber. I mean, I would have loved to have an NFL guy when I was playing football. I mean, to have an NFL guy in that pedigree, does that make it a little more special for the kids out here?
Without question, without question. You got to remember, some of these kids probably have his autograph at one time. So for them to now be getting instruction from a guy like that, it's awesome. And he is wonderful with these kids. That's the other thing that I don't want to undersell, is that, a lot of times there's a lot of egos coming out of that league. He's not an ego person at all. He is really what this school is all about. I mean, he came back home to help these young men, and he's doing an outstanding job, and I couldn't be happier to have him on our staff.